So next I'm joined by Conor Cavanagh, who's playing the oboe for us today. Hi Conor.
How's it going?
Conor, could you maybe start by introducing yourself a bit, saying where you went to school, how you got into performing?
Yeah, so I was a student at Belvedere College in Northgate, Denmark Street. I kind of come from a musical family, so like my mum and dad are both musicians, and then that was kind of naturally like kids in the household kind of took up an instrument, so the oboe was the one that I chose. So I'm actually a part-time student here in the Royal Irish Academy of Music,
Right.
and studying full-time in Trinity. I'm doing actually a history degree, so
Okay.
and then this year I kind of emphasised a lot of kind of cultural history, so that's been a rewarding experience, definitely.
Yes, and you're in your final year.
Final years, yeah, final year, yeah.
Very good. And Conor, when you were in Belvedere, you studied music for the Leaving Cert, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
And did you do the Bach on that course?
Yeah, the Bach was set my year along with the Barry and Tchaikovsky. So
Very good. And if you don't mind me asking, what were your impressions of the work then, as opposed to where they are now, where you're performing it here today?
I suppose like at that time there wasn't too many lads in my class who would have studied an instrument, you know.
Yes.
To like particularly classical music, there was a lot of extremely good musicians like who were the guitarists and singers, etc. So my perception of Bach, probably would have been something I would have been more comfortable handling at the time. But having said that, it was like totally rewarding, because I think Bach's like someone who's like all-encompassing, kind of, you know. And you see a lot. I think it was Haydn that said that Bach is like the centre of the sun, and you kind of see like the different kind of aspects of Bach's playing in all other music, so it's like something that's very present and really important. Now, I'm not saying that I recognised that like when I was 18, you know, but so that's kind of something I've come to terms with in the last few years. But I think that it is really important, and it was a piece that I have always loved. So I'm delighted to have the chance to perform it today.
Very good, absolutely. Conor, is there any aspect of this project, this recording here today, that you find interesting as we distribute it to schools?
I suppose there is. For me, I suppose there's a obligato in the sixth movement with the bass, and for me that's really important experience for me to gain, like playing these kind of obligatos.
It's quite a difficult extended line.
It's like a lot of I think a lot of Bach's writing kind of has these kind of windy phrases, and but you do just have to kind of be relaxed and open them up, and I think that's the nature of Bach's a lot of obligatos like Bach kind of gives to I found generally the violin and the oboe take a lot of the lines, and that's kind of, I suppose the oboe is an interesting one, because there's a theory like that it's closest to the human voice, it's closest instrument to human voice, like, so that pairing can sometimes be unique, like it's almost like a duet, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, and the way that the vocal line and the instrumental line weave around one another to achieve one end.
Yeah, it's definitely intrinsic, like definitely.
I suppose in that respect you could nearly say every aria in this work is a duet. The soprano and the alto have a duet, the tenor and the flute have a duet, and then the bass and the oboe.
Yeah, it's continuity in that respect, absolutely.
That's a lovely thought, actually. So Conor, just before we finish today, would you be able to suggest any other works of Bach's that you could maybe suggest that people have a listen to, going beyond the Leaving Cert course?
Yeah, I mean, like I think a lot of Bach's work, like as soon as you hear it, it's obviously very distinct, but for me there's been a couple that have been transcendental, and I think the Easter Oratorio, the Wedding Cantata, and Goldberg Variations for me are something I like hold close to heart, and something that I regularly turn to if listened to on a wet day. So
Super.
Right,
Conor,
okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Adieu.